Well, two important wins lately for Chelsea. A convincing one against Copenhagen earlier last week that will surely get Chelsea through to the next stage of the European Conference League, touch wood. And yesterday, another win against Leicester at Stamford Bridge, where Marc Cucurella luckily rescued 3 points for us to allow Chelsea to climb the Premier League table back to the top 4. Well, that is the way we like to see Chelsea playing, and we must keep this momentum, carry on this way. Welcome back, guys, welcome back to another video. The color is blue CFC, and yesterday against Leicester it was a difficult game. It was a difficult win. We did manage to get a win, we did manage to get 3 points, but it wasn't easy. Apart from few players that perform decently well, all the other underperformed. But let's start with a positive guy. Wesley Fofana come back from a long injury to play for Chelsea yesterday, and he performed extremely well. Maresca played him as a right back, and he did impress very much indeed. It's important to have a player like Fofana back in a squad, a player that's got so much experience and the years of playing in a Premier League. Well, we need a bit of solidity, and Fofana will surely give it that in a Chelsea defensive repart, okay? Another player that did impress me a lot was Enzo. I mean, Enzo Fernandez in recent games has played exceptionally well. I don't know if he's associated to his family problem or the problem he is solving now with his wife. Perhaps he's happier at that, perhaps he's contributing in a way. He's performing on a pitch, I believe. Because recently Fernandez has really played extremely well. But to stall the show yesterday in a game against Leicester was Marc Cucurella. Well, Marc Cucurella yesterday not only managed to score the winner for Chelsea, allowing Chelsea to get the 3 important points they needed, but he also managed to score his 4th goal in the Premier League. Cucurella is like a defender with goal-scoring skills. It reminds me a bit of Ivanovic in all time, where Ivanovic used to score important goals for Chelsea. But let's analyze a bit of the match against Leicester. Well, in the first half, with 70% of the possession of the ball, they didn't really manage to create chances in final third. And this is the same old story for Chelsea. We all expected a bit of PALMER resurgence, but it didn't happen. In the early stage of the match, in first half, Chelsea was awarded a penalty when Christensen brought down Jadon Sancho in a Leicester box. Well, we were all expecting Cole Palmer to convert a penalty for Chelsea, but it didn't happen. Now it's important, guys, not to pressurize the young fella, because he's only young, and to me he remains Chelsea main key player. And I believe that Cole Palmer sooner or later will win Chelsea lot of trophy if the owners won't sell him to another club, hopefully. No effort from Neto, no effort from Sancho really. And Nkunku was alone up front. He couldn't really do as much. So we clearly need next year a decent striker. In a defensive repart, Roberto Sanchez made few more blunders. Because of one of the blunders, Tosin Adarabioyo almost made an own goal. Again, I don't feel safe, guys, when Robert Sanchez is in goal for Chelsea. I just pray God that next season Chelsea will buy a new keeper. It seems like that either sporting directors and owners are keen to listen to what we have said, and most likely, most probably, next season they will look in the market to try to bring in a decent striker and a decent keeper. Hallelujah. Yesterday we were lucky that Leicester didn't equalize, because they did have few opportunities, especially in the second half. And they got the crossbar in the second half, and Vardy was that close to equalize for Leicester. But also Chelsea had opportunities and a few misses from Cole Palmer again. Well, so far so good for Chelsea. We are back in the 4th position. And if we persevere in playing this way with this kind of focus, a commitment, I think we can make it to the Champions League next year. Well, since the protest aside Stamford Bridge, we have seen a change in behavior of Enzo Maresca. He's not talking anymore like that we need years before we'll win something, or this year, even if we don't get the Champions League, it's not the end of the world. No, is much more aware that he can win something already this year. So this kind of optimism and this kind of winning mentality is good for the sake of the club. Well, we need to have managers that think that way. It's possible for Chelsea, on paper, already this season, to win European Conference League Trophy. That is possible. Against Copenhagen, it was a really easy game for Chelsea. In the first half, we struggled, but in the second half, Chelsea took completely control of the game. And he managed to score with Enzo and Fernandez, and to give Chelsea a 2-0 lead. Copenhagen managed to pull one back, but overall Chelsea was in total control of the game. I like the way Maresca gambled by bringing in a striker from the academy team. He did make an impact in the game, because he didn't play Nkunku as a fake 9 or Cole Palmer as a fake 9. Well, when you do like this, when you play a striker that is a striker up front, you allowed other players that play in different positions to play as good as they can. Having Mweke, what's his name? Mweka up front, this player from the academy team, allow Enzo to flourish in a way he likes to do, score a goal. And also the wingers, Cole Palmer, to play extremely well. Reece James also impressed me very much. The reason why Reece James wasn't even in the squad against Leicester is because, don't worry about any injury problem, guys, it's because he had flu. That's it. He was rested, and he didn't make to the game anyway. It's important, guys, to focus and believe that we can win the European Conference League this season. It's possible. The only team out there that can perhaps scare us is Fiorentina. And if you consider that the Premier League is got the best league, I would say, in the world right now, if we compare Chelsea to other teams out there that play in different leagues, well, we should be superior than them. So, on paper, Chelsea should win the trophy. It's only up to us. We can make it possible. A win in the European Conference League will allow Chelsea to think in a much more ambitious way and to project herself in the future with much more of a winning mentality. And that is extremely important. But again, when necessarily, it's up to us supporters to keep pressurizing the owners, the manager and players by protesting. So when things will go down again for Chelsea, we need to be there to make sure that we lose by protesting and by pressurizing them. By doing so, we can change things. I already say in my previous video. Well, guys, the next game Chelsea will be playing will be against Copenhagen at Stamford Bridge in a second game of the European Conference League. We surely can defeat Copenhagen and make it to the next round of the European Conference League. And I think we will. So, well, we come to the end of this video, guys. It was a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.